So take your time now and move your attention to where you're sitting, how you're sitting. Let's go right to our breath and feel the movement of the breath in the rib cage while you breathe in and out. Last week we were doing a breathing exercise, and we'll do that now to transition, where you inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4. So we'll do that for 2 minutes here. A few more times. Notice if you can keep your mind connected to your breathing. It's literally some days you can and some days it doesn't work. So just be kind to yourself. Acknowledge the busy mind if that is what feels dominant for you right now. And now bring your attention back with your eyes closed. Let's rub our hands together. And then cup your hands over your eyes. Pause here. Open your eyes inside your hands. Let's gently bring our fingertips to the midline of our forehead and sweep away. Open your mind today. You may massage your scalp, squeeze your eyebrows, massage your ears. These are things we can do during the day, regardless of how our day looks. Stop and give yourself this attention. Okay, let's just start off by leaning back on our hands. We'll move our legs side to side. Now this is our transition still. We're looking inside the body for aches or pains, places that feel better today than they did yesterday. Even this rocking side to side on your feet is a different direction for your ankles. So notice that. Now leave your legs on one side. That hand that's behind you, bring it forward and around to the front of that front leg. So bring yourself into a twist here. Try to have your front foot in line with your knee. It's called a 90-90. We could get more exact about it. Both legs at a 90 degree. Your hands are behind you and you're pulling yourself into this twist. Continue to feel your rib cage expand and contract while you breathe. And that you might need to lift up your hips and then sit them back down to keep restoring your alignment as you sit here. Now try to drop down on your elbow of that arm that's kind of behind you, not the one by your knee. And then maybe be able to put the other elbow down also. And now when you use your breath, you're going to really feel the inhale expanding, exhale contracting, your rib cage. So I believe we should always get into our spine first, get it to open up, get our breath in there, and then shoulders and hips. And then I think we have a safer practice. And now bring yourself back up and we'll flip over to the other side. So just try to situate your legs and then bring your body around. You may stay up on your hands, your arms straight the whole time. That's still a great twist. Stay with your breath. Remember, your breath in the present moment keeps your mind connected. And then that's how we let go of stress and tension. That's where we find our calm energy. And now if it's right for you, and as you lower your elbows, you might lift your hips, resituate your lower body here. And then let's come back up. Now we're going to do side-to-side movement. So you can either have your, I want us to do it sitting. So you can have your legs stretched out across, whatever is comfortable. Side to side, we're gonna just lift one arm up, tip over, and we'll just make this side-to-side movement. Pull your chin down toward your collarbone, just a little bit. Helps keep your neck in line with your spine, your head in line with your shoulders. If this bothers your shoulder, put your hand on your shoulder and don't lift your elbow above your shoulder. But this will help you keep your shoulders straight over each other. You don't want the top shoulder to fall forward of the bottom shoulder. If everything's okay with your shoulder, have that lifting, and then reaching. So now we're opening the side of the spine. And this time stay in the middle. Stretch your legs out again. This time we'll do our seated cat stretch. So roll back. You can hold the front of your legs or back of your legs. And then lean forward. You're breathing out when you roll back. Breathing in when you roll forward. So now we're pumping the spine forward and back. So now we've already moved the spine in all four directions. Twisting, side to side, forward bending and back bending. Good. Let's go ahead and move to child's pose. That's a forward bend. And then we'll move on to our hands and knees. So pause here. This will be your first inversion for today. So you could be propped up on your elbows. Use your block or stack your fist under your forehead. As you inhale, try to have a pause at the end of the inhale. Exhale, squeeze all your breath out. You may be able to bring your arms down alongside your legs. See if you can let your body melt. Completely relax the best you can in your child's pose right now. Use your breath. Now let's move back up on our, now we'll move on our hands and knees. Let's start off by stretching one leg out, toes turned under, lean back in your heel. Lean forward towards your toes. Remember, you could be on your elbows here. But either way, you're holding up your body weight. And then alternate legs. Even this much holding up your body weight makes a difference in your bone density. You're building strength in your upper body. Good. Drop this knee down. Now I want us to start out like this. Stretch your other leg out, keep your toes on the floor. Lift your opposite arm, keep your head and neck in line with your spine. So as we switch from arm to opposite leg, let's keep our toe on the floor. So drop down, alternate, arm lift, toe on the floor, but you're still tightening your buttocks and your hamstring as you stretch your leg back. So reach, keep going. Keep your gaze just a little forward of your hands. That's going to keep your head lifted without squeezing the back of your neck. So doing this movement is a pelvic reset movement. But lifting your leg could bother your back, so this would be a good modification. If you know everything's okay with your back, you could lift your leg, your foot off the floor. Breathe. So there's a shifting inside, you're deep into your abdominal muscles, and that's what we're doing here, shifting the body weight, engaging those obliques, transverse abdominal muscles. And now let's stop and go back to child's pose. Get off of your hands. This is where in child's pose you could make a fist, stretch out your fingers. This will relieve your wrist, your hands. You can make a fist, circle your hands. So as we go through our practice, you work your body, work your joints, and counter stretches when we're resting. Two more good inhales with a pause. Exhaling completely. You're pumping your diaphragm. You're expanding, contracting. You're literally creating space in your spine, oxygenating your body. Remember, oxygen is fuel for our body. Now I want us to start moving from child's pose to upward facing dog. So stretch your arms out. And then look up and move your whole body forward. Lower your hips, lift your chest. There you go. Breathe out, pull back. So this could also bother your lower back, so you want to make sure and don't sag in your shoulders. Don't sag in your lower back, so that means you need to keep your buttocks and your legs kind of tight as you push forward. Good. Keep breathing. This is moving our shoulders, hips, knee joints. Good. Next time we move forward, let's go ahead and lay down on our stomach. We'll lay our head on our hands. Widen your legs, bend your knees, move your feet side to side. Stay in your body scan mode. How does it feel in your hip sockets, in your lower back? And now circle your feet around your knees. These are knee circles. How are your knee joints today? And you feel that one hip lifting as you circle around the front of the hip. And then reverse your circle. Good. Now keep your legs that wide apart. Lay your feet down. Either point your toes straight out or open your toes outward just a little bit. This is another pelvis reset move. Bend your arms beside you. Drop your chin down. Now tighten your legs like you're going to squeeze your inner thighs. Now keep your head and your neck and shoulders all in line with each other. Lift, but your gaze is downward, and then lower. So push with your pelvis, the front of your pelvis. Squeeze your inner thighs as you lift. And this should not be working your lower back. This should be working up your inner thighs into your glutes. So it's just a little movement up and down. And then we're going to try to add the breath. So let's try to exhale while we lift. So coordinate your inhale while you're laying down. Start your exhale, feel your abs contract, and then begin your lift. Inhale, drop down. Keep pushing with your feet, pushing with the front of the hips as you lift, and that will target the right muscles. And then we'll rest, drop your head back on your hands, bend your knees again, rock your feet side to side. So when you need to stop, if you need to stop before we stop, please do that. Use your deep inhale and exhale as you pause, and then you may or may not start again. Now bring your legs in line with your hips. This one is more for your lower back or for your whole back. Bend your arms again, tighten your legs. Now keep your arms on the floor, but lift your head and chest. Make sure you tighten your buttocks and then drop down. And let's still try to lift on the exhale so you can feel your abs contracting up inside your ribs, in between your front hip points. And as you come up, think of reaching down through your elbows, and that'll help you pull your shoulders away from your neck, and your neck is straight in line with your spine. Now also remember, don't look up. If you need to look up, bring yourself up so you're not squeezing the back of your neck. I know a lot of you have said now you have a neck problem because, you know, or achy neck sometime because you're looking up to see what's going on. So try to lift yourself up and look up. So this is getting into a cobra pose. Bring your hands down farther towards your chest. So now your elbows stick up in the air. Now this is going to be a true cobra pose. Imagine your elbows are strapped together with your strap. They don't touch, but they're squeezing in toward each other. I call that squeezing your armpits. So with your lower body tight, lift your upper body, pull your elbows in toward your waistline. Your neck is straight in line with your spine, and drop down. And as you drop down, you might rock your hips side to side. You might pause and breathe. But let's do cobra pose again. We don't really do just straight up cobra pose. And this one could make you have an achy back. So you can always go long and low. Long and low is you keep your head straight looking at the floor, but you're still pulling your elbows in towards your waistline. And now drop down, bend your legs and move your feet side to side. And now we're going to come up on hands and knees. So just bring yourself up. Pause here, move up onto your hands. We'll do cat stretch to counter stretch that back bending we just did. Arch your spine up. You might lean back a little bit. It turns it into a great stretch. And then Arch your spine toward the floor, looking up. Arch your spine upward and look down. 3 more times. Inhale as you look up. Don't over squeeze the back of your neck when you look up. When you look up, the stretch is really from the front of your collarbone to your chin. And now you have the option. We're going to do a forward bend. Your option is to either go to downward dog, stay there and stretch, and then move into forward bend, or just begin right now to step forward into a forward bend. So we'll take just a few breaths here. Everybody's going to end up in a forward bend. If you're in your downward dog, press one heel down, your other heel down. Remember, the better stretch is from your wrists through your shoulders, and then from your shoulders to your hips. So that means let your legs bend so you can accomplish that alignment from the wrist through the hips. And now let's all get into our forward bends. So step or jump or walk your feet and hands together. Keep your knees soft. Turn your head side to side like no. Up and down, wiggle your shoulders. You might even sway your hips side to side. You could be using your block. And now stand up, so bend your legs a lot. Make sure you're breathing while you stand up. And close a pose. Good, we'll do our usual swing your arms around. This is always our go-to in between poses. Just reset your spine. Bring your arms up above your head. Bring your arms back down. Good, stay in the middle. So I want us to do the variation of arm lifting. The regular movement is like this, but what I want us to start with is hands in the middle and then lift up and out. Let's keep doing this. Inhale up, exhale out. So that is a wonderful modification. And Zach Bush shows this modification in that YouTube video. And I think it's great. So if you're not able to make that other movement, do this one. Good. Now this time keep your arms up there. We'll do one more side to side bending. And now stay in the middle. So if your shoulders are bothering you, you're going to do everything right here in the middle. Otherwise, we're going to be going out and up. So we're going to start our 4 moves, and we're going to do it for 3 rounds. Now, you don't have to do, we're going to do 10 of each. You don't have to do 10 of each. Listen to your body. You can go as fast as you want to. Let's start with the arms. So we're trying to keep the arms shoulder height. Soften your knees, tighten your buttocks, reach down with your tailbone, engage your core. The only problem is here I cannot talk and count. So we'll say that's 10. Let's do our press next. Up. And then we do the click at the bottom, click at the top. It's kind of like a jumping jack, only our legs are being still. This is where you're going to do that in the middle up and out move. So that's the opposite, or you're going to do this. Listen to your body. I'm going to watch you, and good, thank you, Norma. So we're done with that, and so that leaves us our squat. I really want you to get your form right here. So slide your hands down onto your legs. This is like shutting a car door with your bottom, okay? So then bring your arms out. You're really in your heels. You're easily in the four corners of your feet. And then stand up. And now here we go. 1, 2. Good. Need a little twist, do that. And then we'll start again. We'll do the arms. So it's kind of like a little click at the top, a click at the bottom. You're not just sloppy, bringing your arms up and down. Okay. Then we'll do the press. And then do the little click at the top, click at the bottom. Try to keep your breath, inhale up, exhale down. Okay. And then we'll do our squat. Get yourself lined up. This is how it's going to feel. So here we go. 1. Exhale down. Okay. Sorry, I'm watching you for my count. Okay, so that was our second round. Here comes our third round. Okay, and now our press. Keep the top of your shoulders relaxed. Okay, and then our little jumping jack. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay, and now our squat, last time, and we're done here. So we'll just get started here. 1, 2. As you stand up, tighten your glutes. As you reach your arms out, don't squeeze your shoulders up around your neck. Breathe. Okay, I think we're done. Good job, everybody. Let's get a drink of water. I'd like us to do a forward bend here. So you can start off with arms on your thighs, or you could just drop straight over. Keep your legs soft. We're trying to release our spine out of our hips. You could use your block. Try to really find your deep breath while you're in your forward bend. A deep, long inhale. You're never holding or corking your breath, but there is a pause at the end of the inhale, and then let it go. And now we'll stand up, bend your legs a lot. Either roll your spine up to standing, or with your straight spine, reach up, pull down, swing your arms around. Then we'll move into 2 moon salutes. So feet straight ahead. Let's pause here in our mountain pose. Lift your heels, lower your heels. We're lining up our feet straight ahead. That lines up our legs and our hip socket straight ahead. Lines up our pelvic girdle, which lines up our spine. Pause here. So you can take the weight out of your toes, get in your 4 corners of your feet. Balance between the balls of the feet and the heels. Put your toes back down. Reach down your spine through your tailbone. Lift up the front of your body. Drop the top of your shoulders. Lengthen the back of your neck. And as you inhale, breathe with your lower rib cage and belly. Inhale. Imagine expanding right between your bottom ribs and your waistline out towards your arms on the inhale. And then contract that area on the exhale. And sometimes it helps to put your hands there so you can literally breathe into your hands. Now I'm going to do that variation of raise your arms out to the side as we get going here. I'm going to go straight up the middle. So you can follow me, or you can bring your arms out to the side like we usually do. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, tilt to one side. Inhale through the middle and exhale over. Inhale, stay in the middle. Exhale, open up to goddess pose. Inhale to star pose. Exhale. Now if your shoulder's bothering you, don't lift your arm. This is just a side stretch, but we're going to protect our shoulders. And then stay in the middle, and now straddle fold. You can lay your arm on your back, or you can lift it for a reverse twist. Go to the other side. When you stand up, push with your feet. Engage your legs and glutes, and then back to goddess pose. Up to star pose. Close the pose. Inhale, arms up. Side stretch. Inhale, open up, goddess pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale again, side stretch, opening the side body, stretching between the ribs. Straddle fold. Make sure when you stand up, use the power of your lower. Breathing in as you stand up. Back to goddess pose. Star pose. Close the pose. Pause. Honor your effort. We'll get one more drink of water and then do warrior 1 and 2. So for your warrior 1, let's start with your other leg. What's your tendency? What leg do you start with usually? So let's start with the other leg. And what's important here is number 1, your alignment. Your feet are on a railroad track, not a tightrope. Your hips are squared straight ahead, but more important, your legs are evenly weighted. So after you bend your front leg, you want to feel the same way you do right now. Slowly bend your front knee, and then pause and notice your weight distribution in your legs. You could even lift your toes and drop them. Let's start with goalpost arms and squeeze the shoulder blades toward the spine. We're opening the front of the chest here. Pull your elbows down. That's pulling your shoulder blades down your back towards your spine, towards your waistline. Now lean your shoulders forward about 1 inch. Keep pushing with your feet. If it's okay with your shoulders, lift your arms, but keep the top of your shoulders down. Make your back leg tight. Up into your buttocks on your back leg. Feel your glute engage on your back leg. Here's your stillness, focus, concentration, your breath, back bending, stamina building, arms above your head. Lower your arms alongside your hips. We're going to lay down on our front leg. Now drop your arms down straight in line with your shoulders. Lay down on your front thigh. Still pushing evenly with your feet. Go ahead and drop your head all the way down. You could be using 1 or 2 blocks right here on either side of your front foot. And then let's bend and straighten our front leg as much as you can. Well, don't bend it as much as you can, but straighten it as much as you can. Now we're going to bring the back foot forward to the front foot. Forward bend. And pause in your forward bend. Again, you could be using your block for your hands. And now we'll stand up. Breathe in while you stand up. Let's bring our arms up the middle, out and around. Honor our effort. And then we'll step the other leg back. Yes, take your time to twist if you want to twist. Get your body set up here on the other side. Tighten your back leg to use it as an anchor. Bend your front knee and push with both feet. And ideally, that's going to reestablish your weight distribution in both legs. Bring your shoulders forward just about 1 inch. Now, your choice to either goalpost arms or float your arms up like feathers. And as your arms float up, it's going to lift your shoulders again. So this is deep back bending. This time, focus on your exhale. And don't worry about the inhale. It's going to rush in and fill up that space you created. Exhaling. Have a steady gaze. If you need to protect your back, lean your shoulders forward some. Breathe. Now here's arms above our head again, like that press we did earlier. I believe we're doing the same thing here that set of exercises does for us in our joints, our shoulder sockets. Now we're going to lay it down on our front thigh. Let your arms dangle down from your shoulders. Push hard through your back leg. Breathe. See if you can straighten your front leg a little or all the way and then bend it. Don't let your knee go past your ankle. Now we'll step the back foot forward. You could be supporting yourself with your arms on your thighs. You can keep your arms on your thighs and almost straighten your legs all the way and drop your head down. Every so often, lift your toes, recenter in the four corners of your feet. Lower your hips. Bring your hands to your heart center. Stand up, breathing in. Exhale, sweeping out. Nice job. Honor your effort. Swing your arms around. If you need another drink of water, please take your time for that. And then we'll widen our stance into a Warrior 2 series. So widen your feet. Let's go again to the leg we don't usually go to first. So whatever that is for you, pivot your foot. We want to make sure and anchor our back leg, tighten the buttocks. So you'll see here that when you pivoted your foot, your hips turned. We want them to do that. Bend your leg. Good. Turn your shoulders to the long side of your mat. Push with your feet. Float your arms up. Look right past your front hand. Remember, if it feels like your shoulders are tight, or if you want to see if your shoulders are tight, bend your elbows toward the floor. That'll pull the top of your shoulders down. And you could stay there the whole time. Either way, you want to feel like you don't have arms, you only have hands. Imagine energy reaching out your fingertips. And breathe. Make your back leg tight into your buttocks on your back leg. And close the pose. Pause. We'll pivot to the other foot. Tighten your back leg, bend your front knee. Situate your feet. Float your arms up. Steady gaze past your front hand. You may look at the kneecap on your front leg. Yours might have a tendency to go toward the little toe too far or the big toe too far, but you want to know. So it's really important to keep that thigh straight in line with your hip. And pause and push with your feet. Relax your arms and reach through your fingers. And now close the pose. We'll drop down to either a straddle fold or a supported straddle fold. With either arms on the thighs, you can keep your head tipped up if it bothers you to drop it down, or drop your hands and your head. Take your time for a breath. And let's breathe in, come back up, bend your legs, push up. Let's go ahead and step our feet together. Sorry, keep meaning to do the other direction for the arms, but old dog, new tricks. Reset, and then we'll do our Warrior 2 again. So widen your feet. Go back to that first foot. We'll do the reverse warrior and extended side stretch. Bend your leg, push with your feet. So if you lift your arms, so if you can keep your focus on your feet here, you're going to feel a lot of power and balance. Reverse warrior, lift your front arm, reach those ribs up out of your waistline, tighten your back leg into your buttocks. Now reaching forward, drop your arm on your thigh, stack your top shoulder, open your top shoulder, then lift your arm or bring it past your ear. And breathe. And you're stretching between your ribs and your waistline. You're opening your spine. Beautiful job. And then back to warrior two. Close the pose. Pause. Pivot your other foot. Tighten your back leg. Bend your front knee. Push with your feet. Even in your warrior two, you could lift your toes. You don't keep them lifted, but that's going to shift the weight at the bottom of your feet. Pause here, tighten your back leg, front arm up, reverse warrior. Breathe. Now focus on your feet while you push forward, reach forward, drop that arm down, open your top shoulder. You might stay right there, leave your hand on your hip, or if it's okay with your shoulder, be so careful. Breathe. Focus on your exhale, get all that breath out of your body, and then you'll feel the inhale. Bring that next breath in, close the pose. Good, bring your feet in, and we'll do a twist. And then we're gonna sit down for just a minute, then we'll lay down and do the rest of our pelvic reset. And so let's go ahead and move ourselves back to the floor. Bring your water with you. Start with our legs out and circle. So you could just be relaxing your hands on your legs. You could reach your hands out, roll back your hips. This is where you modify your practice today for what you're looking for. And now let's reverse that circle. Now when you slide down your first leg, let's pause here for a forward fold. And then notice your inhale. When you have your deep inhale, as you hold this stretch, where do you feel it? Could be anywhere, behind your knee, in your hamstring, in your back, lower back, upper back. Slowly bring yourself up. Slide down your other leg. Try to keep your foot straight up and down. The tendency is for that foot to drop open. The goal is to have the foot straight up and down with the toes flexed back towards your body. So that takes time to get that stretch. Pause at the end of your inhale. That's deepening your stretch. Pause at the end of the exhale. That's deepening your stretch. Do not let your head fall forward of your shoulders. Slowly come up. Let's put our feet together, and then we'll lean forward here. Now, if you need to hold up your knees, that's a great modification. Try to get your head to be longer or out towards your feet. That's going to lift your spine out of your hips. So by lengthening the back of the neck, you're engaging the neck to stay in line with the spine. And then a couple of more breaths. Breathe into your hip sockets. You're also expanding those muscles, a nice long curve in your spine. And now we'll slowly come up. Lift your knees. Let's lean back on our hands, move our legs. And now we're going to lay down on our back. So you're going to need your block here and your strap. So take your time and get situated on your back. Pause when you first lay down and notice the shift in your blood flow. And now get your block and make it long ways between your knees. Feet together, knees apart, hands on your stomach, elbows on the floor. And now squeeze the block and rock side to side. This is not really a full spinal twist. It's a pelvic reset. So we're working from our rib cage down, our waistline down, squeezing. We want to end up feeling this in the inner thighs. Separate your teeth. You're kind of anchoring your thoracic spine with your elbows on the floor, your hands on your ribs, and you're just rocking your hips side to side. Now, keep your feet together, but make your block narrow in between your legs. The long side is facing away from you. Squeeze the block and rock side to side. Good. Now I want you to get your strap. And mine's already, I tied mine in a knot right here. Or you could buckle your strap. I want you to put your strap around your legs above your knees. Feet together, knees apart. Strap. So your knees are about block width apart. So last time we had feet together, knees squeezing the block long ways. This time we're going to resist. Push your legs out into your strap, feet together, and rock side to side. Keep pushing into your strap. Now pause, drop your arms down by your side. Feet together, knees apart, pushing into the strap. Now raise and lower your hips. Really tighten your buttocks as you push up. You're not really rolling up and down your spine. This is working straight up your inner thighs into your glutes. Sorry. And now slide your strap off. Give your knees a hug, rock side to side. Circle your knees around your lower back. Reverse your circle. Good. Now, hands on the front of your thighs. I have to lift my head because you're going to push your spine down on the floor. So I have to lift my head, then I put it back down to get my spine flat. Push, you're creating resistance. Release one leg and the same arm, stretch. Back together, resist. Other arm and same leg, reach. And then try to keep your spine flat. It's really big work deep inside your abdomen. And now you're switching side to side again inside your body. So that demands your core to engage. Make sure you breathe. Keep going. Ever so often you might need to lift your head, re-engage your spine toward the floor. Okay, we'll call that good. Give your knees a hug. Let's drop our feet down. Open your arms out like a T, spinal twist. Drop your knees all the way over. Turn your head the opposite direction. If you want the deeper spinal twist, bring your feet up, your knees in. You can even stretch out one or both of your legs over to the side. And then stay in the middle. Now you can finish up how you'd like. We have about 1 minute left before relaxation. So you can lift your legs up, be inverted. You can practice deeper stretching, bringing one leg towards your body. You can put a block under your hips. A little deeper inversion. You can go into happy baby here. Bring one knee down, bring your other knee down, both knees down. Play around with your movement. You could be doing wind removing pose, one knee in, other leg straight. Good. So finish up. Pause. This is where you may use a pillow behind your head for relaxation. You could have a kind of flat pillow. Lay your spine over your pillow. It's a great way to expand across your chest. As school starts back and more things are starting back, business, I think people are really getting constricted in their chest. So take the time for your counter stretch. Laying over a pillow is a perfect way to get a counter stretch for the front of your chest. So make adjustments as you stretch out. Another thing to do when you first lay down is walk your shoulder blades in towards your spine. That expands your chest and opens your arms easier. But then you kind of have to shimmy back out a little bit. So take your time. Some days you can Find that place of balance laying down easily. Other days it takes a little fidgeting to get there. Be aware of your sense of touch, your skin, to your mat, to the surface of the floor. It's your sense of touch. What's touching you, your clothes, maybe your glasses. Also, the air is touching you. Just these seconds, split seconds of awareness are bringing you back to the present moment. Sounds around you come and go. Try to honor them, acknowledge them, and let them move on through. Same with your thoughts, your emotions. We don't want to resist anything that comes to our attention. We don't want to cling to anything. We're just here as the observer. We're noticing. We're being in stillness in the present moment. And now sensations on the inside of the body. How do your feet feel right now? Allow your feet to relax, soles of the feet, top of the feet, the toes and the heels. Let the ankles relax with the feet. Let your legs feel long and relaxed. Through your calves, your shins, through your knee joints. Let your thighs be long and relaxed. Into your hip sockets. Let your legs relax, your ankles, your feet. Let your glutes relax into your lower back. Across the back of your waistline. All through your spine, along both sides of your spine. In between your shoulder blades. Back of your shoulder blades. Feel your back letting go. Back of the shoulders, letting go. Into your stomach, relaxing deep into your belly. More than your abdominal muscles, it's deep into your internal organs, to your gut. A softening from the very depth of your belly. Letting go deep inside your belly. And then between your waistline and your ribs, that diaphragm area, base of your rib cage, inside your ribs, your lungs, inside your chest, your heart, opening, letting go, expanding, giving and receiving. Across the front of the chest, top of the shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Letting go. Feel your blood flow. Feel your energy. Feel the life in your body. Let your neck relax, your throat, down the sides of your neck to your shoulders. Give your inhale to your neck. How does that feel? And through your face, relax between your eyebrows. Think about smiling. deep inside your head. Imagine your brain and your skull could smile. How would that feel? Let your body feel easy. Layers of letting go. Feel your stillness. Now we'll bring our attention back. Begin to create movement in your body, deepening your breath. Bring your attention back to the space around you. And as you feel ready to roll over to your right side and pause, transition, keep absorbing the benefits of what you did for yourself, creating calm energy, being in the present moment, using your breath. Now as you're ready, slowly walk yourself up to sitting. Bring your hands to your heart, honor your practice today, our time together. Thank you for being here. I'll leave you with our mantra, my mantra. Learn to enjoy life more. So how can you do that today? In the moment by moment, learn to enjoy life more. Doesn't have to be grandiose. It's the little things. Namaste.